Good morning, it's Ranger Dave, and this is West Valley Rural. Well, as you can see, fall is in the air and maybe early spring, and with early spring comes baby goats. So we've already had our first batch of baby goats. On our place we get every year anywhere from 10 to 20-ish baby goats. We've already had our first 10, and with that comes an unpleasant task that a lot of people don't want to even think about or even do, and that's disbudding of baby goats. Now, does anybody like disbudding baby goats? No, I never have liked it, never will like it. Now, is it necessary? Yeah, it's necessary for a lot of reasons. Adult goats getting their heads stuck in fences, people getting poked with horns at inopportune moments, goats hurting one another. So yeah, in a domestic setting, it's necessary to disbud goats. In a wild setting, yeah, they need those horns, but in a domestic setting. So the best time to do it is when they're young. And this morning we're going to be disbudding some baby goats. Now, if you're unpleasant and you don't want to do that yourself, yeah, go find somebody. In fact, I've been doing disbudding of baby goats for almost several decades. In fact, I've done for quite a few people out here in our area. They know I do a good job and get it done right, and they have very few scurs. And so, but again, do I like to do it? No. I usually it is a procedure. Can a baby goat die? Yeah, it's a procedure. It's technically a medical procedure. But in my decades of doing it, I've never lost a single one. So it's important to do it right and know what you're doing and know how you're doing it. And right now, I've passed that chore on to my son-in-law because, again, it's important to do it right. So when you know how to do it right, you need to pass that skill on to somebody that they can eventually pass it on to somebody else, and that's how you learn these things. So again, we're going to be doing an unpleasant chore. Shows how it's done. And if you don't want to do it, then you find somebody that knows how to do it. But it is necessary. So let's get started. 8 days is usually the sweet spot for doing these. Oh, that one got out. We set up this little temporary pen from it's a couple old chairs. Keeps them in there.
Your next customer, Jolly.
Yeah, Jolly's the next one. Jolly volunteered.
Jolly
now let me see. Bring that one over.
This is our oldest one.
Our oldest one.
She was a preemie baby.
This is what you're looking for. You can kind of feel. Hold that.
You reckon 2 cups of beans or more?
Yeah, keeps twiggling. Hold that guy still.
I can't hold that much more still than this.
You're looking for that swirl, and that's a little horn coming up. So we're looking for that swirl of hair.
Yeah.
Right there. Can see how it swirls up. Shave around the bud.
Stop.
Exposing the bud.
It's either pinking or peeing on the way.
Really? No, you're imagining things. No, usually. I think we've had 1 pee in all the time that we've done this.
Oh, it's a cord tapping.
And that was only because it was so wiggly. We had to hold it down. So.
Now that's the same one we were just, you can kind of see the little horn. You want to expose that little horn.
Thank you.
As that's what we're going to be burning the cap off. Now there are different tools you can use. This one just plugs in. and you wait till it gets nice and hot. You wire brush the end, and you wait till it gets so hot that you can press it into the board and make a circle. This one is better. It gets hotter faster. It's run by butane. It does a smaller ring, much more precise. You can kind of see the difference in the two. The fatter ring is made by the electric one. The butane one makes a smaller ring. And you can see it kind of cuts into the wood just a little bit. And that's what you want. It's much, neither one the goats enjoy. It's a necessary chore. This we've found to be better because it's quicker. It heats up quicker and does the job quicker and less stress on the animal than this one. But this is pretty much a standard one, relatively cheap one to purchase. And this one just fills up with your standard butane. Expose the bud.
There we go. Should be all good.
There.
Yep.
So that one there takes about a minute. The butane one to heat up, or the other one takes
Several minutes.
Several
like
minutes.
5 to 10 at least.
So we want to
Longer on cold days.
make sure that there's a nice circle burn. It's one of those things. Baby goats do not. Why would we do this? What would be the rationale for burning off the horns?
So they don't get their head stuck as often. At least they still find ways to get their head stuck, even when they don't have horns. But it's a lot less often.
A lot less often.
Less
So
risk.
there's a lot of positions where they can stick their head through.
Yeah. Not
But if
get
they
back
had
out.
horns, they would not be able to pull their head back if the horns are in certain fences.
Also, less risk of injury for you and less risk of injury for
other-
anyone else in the herd.
Right.
So, because
Those
goats
horns
can
can
be
get
quite
sharp.
brutal to each other, and horns are very sharp.
They would need them in the wild against
Yes,
predators.
They don't need them here.
They do not need them in a more
Domestic
environment. Horns can be a problem in a domestic environment.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen many pictures of people getting really messed
And
up,
it's
even
better-
just accidentally from horns.
And yeah.
So they just move their head
There
a
was
certain
that-
way, and you aren't watching, and suddenly you
There was
wind
that
up
one
getting
thing on
gash in
Facebook.
your leg.
I think I saw on Facebook. The lady near had her eye poked out
Yeah.
by
And
a
it's just
horn
a lot
coming
of
back
times
on
it's
her
just
eye.
accidentally.
It's
So
accidental,
They don't even
and it's much
mean
better
it,
to do
so.
them now than
Oh,
it is
yeah.
than it is to try
It's
to
it's
take care of
essentially
them.
you're talking incredible amounts of pain and surgery, essentially, if you're going to try and get rid of like full blown on horns and stuff.
At a later date.
Yeah. And also, if they get their head stuck and such and they cause injury to those horns, a lot of times they can bleed so bad that they can like go into shock or
Well,
stuff
they can
like
get
that.
stuck in this. They can get stuck in a fence
They
and
can
be
get
in a
real-
real bad way.
Yeah, they can be real messed up if they get their head stuck or break a horn or something like that. Yeah, they might still get small scurs and such, but if a small scur breaks off, they aren't gonna, it's not as traumatic as losing a whole entire horn that's got so much blood flow and such to it.
Right.
So,
Almost there.
almost there.
Almost there. Okay, so that's about what you want.
And the heat transference is really not that bad
Yeah,
compared to the electric iron.
very good. So it's quick.
Yeah, you can see the comparison. Those are old electric iron
Electric
burns,
iron burns.
and then the,
These are all from
propane
here.
ones.
And they get the job done. It's much more precise.
Yeah.
But people use different tools.
Oh, I don't have my phone. What time is it?
All right, that looks like a finished job. Okay, baby's doing fine. Didn't enjoy it. And what do we always add? You don't necessarily have to add, but what do we always
We like
add?
to add blue coat.
We always like to add a little bit of blue coat to the top.
Come on. There we go.
Make sure you when you're doing blue coat, make sure you shield the eyes.
Yes, we accidentally got blue coat in
You
one
don't
of
wanna-
baby's
yep,
eyes.
you don't wanna do
at
that.
One time, and I got an eye infection that we
Yeah,
had to
see
deal
it.
with. There we go.
Easy, make
You
sure it
missed
doesn't
a
get in
good
there.
spot there.
You missed it a little bit. Blue coat on top. They can scab up. Back in the herd with no problems and no issues. And has already probably pretty much forgotten about it. Well, now that we're done with that unpleasant chore, I hope you learned a few things. Again, find somebody that knows how to do it. If not, well, I've done plenty out here. But find somebody that knows how to do it. And hopefully next time we'll be talking about something a little bit more, that's my guineas, a little bit more pleasant next time. And we'll see you next time on West Valley Rural.